Clayton State, hey. You're from Georgia, born in Georgia, or you just want to be in Georgia, let me tell you the schools that you need to go to or apply to in Georgia. The top schools, best schools. We're going to break it down. I got you. Just hold on. Hey, what's up? I'm Erica Richey, and welcome to iAMERICA, where I help young people grow, save, learn, and travel. And today we are going to work on that learning because we are going to talk about the top schools to apply to in Georgia. And we're going to just break them down into different categories and see which schools might be the best choice for you. So now these are all of my opinions. Yes, I am a 3-degree alum from Georgia State University. So yes, I am a tad bit biased, 100%. Not gonna lie about it. If you've seen my last video, if you haven't, check in the cards. But the top 5 schools in Georgia, this is gonna give you more than 5 schools. This is gonna give you a plethora of options. And let's just get right into it. But before we do, make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe because it really does help me out. It helps a little algorithm or whatever, and it helps me really grow on this platform. So I truly do appreciate it. And just let's talk. What school did you go to? What school are you thinking about going to? Do you love Georgia State? Because I love Georgia State. And why don't you want to go to Georgia State? Because I can look. Don't shade me in the comments though. No, but let's get right on into it. First, we're going to talk about our big name schools in Georgia that you should apply to. So number 1, we have UGA. Everybody knows UGA, all about football, woot woot, Bulldogs, go this, go that. Yes, everybody loves UGA, so definitely try for the University of Georgia. And then our next big school is Georgia Tech. I think they're good at basketball, but Georgia Tech is a really good school, the Georgia Institute of Technology. It's in Midtown Atlanta. They try to say downtown, but they lying. It's in Midtown Atlanta, and Georgia State's pretty cool. And it has a lot to offer. I hear the campus life, like the work-life balance, I guess the school-life balance, and Georgia Tech can be a little tough because it is a very competitive school, and it's strongly like engineering focused. But hey, great school. Great school. And then our next big school that we have in Georgia is Emory. Everybody knows about Emory. Great for like my people who want to do like medicine and stuff. And I also hear that they have a really good law program. So if that's something that you're interested in. Now these 3 schools that I've named, they are a little pricey, but that doesn't mean that you can't get a scholarship. Check out my video in the cards above. Just hit the little I and I'll link my how to get a scholarship video. So let's go to the next section. The next section is my HBCUs in Georgia. So the HBCUs in Georgia that I say you should apply for, of course, Spelman's number 1. All my ladies, if you tired of his mess, losing weight, falling off in the street. No, let me stop. But for all my ladies, Spelman is an all-girls school, but it's a great school and it has some notable alumni. So definitely check out Spelman. Definitely check out Morehouse for my guys. It's an all-male school, but they're right there next to each other. So don't feel like you won't be seeing girls just all the time. Like you won't ever see guys. They're literally like, you can see each other from like the windows of the campus. So it was like nothing to walk across the street. So definitely check out Spelman and Morehouse, the AUC. Cool. My next one that I would say, and this gets, I feel like it's the underdog. It doesn't get recognized as much as it should, is Albany State. Albany State is in Albany, Georgia. So that's about 4 hours from the city of Atlanta. However, it's a great HBCU and it has some great campus culture. So shout out to all my Rams at Albany. I love Albany State. They're so nice every time I go down there. And I think that you can get a pretty good education, and it's pretty much like half the price of going to Spelman or Morehouse. So definitely check out Albany State. And I guess I can't mention the main 2 of the AUC without mentioning Clark. Clark is another HBCU. It's not gender specific, however, so it is a mix. And again, it's right there. So like it's like Spelman, Morehouse, Clark. Like they're called the AUC, the Atlanta University Center. So our top 3 HBCUs are right next door to each other, like they're next door neighbors. Like you could throw a rock from one campus and land on the other. So those are my HBCUs that you all should check out, but those are really pricey except Albany. Albany is really affordable for it to be an HBCU. So now I'm going to give you my top 3 great schools. Now these are in no order. None of these actually are in order. I'm not ranking these schools in order or whatever. I'm just giving you the top schools of the category. So now this category is my great schools, but they're not big names, but they're not small schools either. And so first I want to start off with Kennesaw State University. Kennesaw State is in Kennesaw, Georgia, so it's about 25-30 minutes away from the city of Atlanta. But it's a really good school. They have some really great programs, and they keep expanding and keep expanding. So shout out to the Owls at Kennesaw. They have a great campus life. And again, it's not that far from the city, so if you really want to hang out in Atlanta or you want to do different things in Atlanta, it's like that, especially if you have a car for you to go. And Kennesaw is a nice town. Like, they have a good mall. They have great restaurants in Kennesaw and stuff like that. So definitely check out Kennesaw State University. Now, of course, I would be dead if I didn't. The next great school I have to mention is the wonderful Georgia State University. Georgia State is right downtown Atlanta, and I love it. That is my alma mater, and it's the best school. Actually, the video's over. There's no more else to talk about. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Georgia State is a great school, great campus life. They have everything you could possibly think of. It's not a traditional campus, and that's what strays a lot of people away. They are adding more green space, however, but you're not going to have like all your classes right there together because it is downtown Atlanta, so you're walking with people from Fortune 500 companies, people from other businesses, and different things like that. And yes, we have to mention the inevitable. You're walking with homeless and different things but it's not just the schools like all these other schools are where it's just their campus. Georgia State is an open campus. It's an urban campus, and it's a different environment. And I think that it's actually like one of the most unique schools on this list, but it's a great school, and it has a lot of great opportunities, and a lot of great things come from Georgia State. Now, my next school, that's a great school, just not a big name, is Georgia Southern. Okay, that's all I got. I hate that school. Okay, bye. No, that's our rival school at Georgia State is Georgia Southern, because Georgia Southern likes to think that they're the real GSU, which actually they're just GS because it's Georgia Southern. I mean, they are Georgia Southern University, but we're in the same conference, and they call us GSU. They call them GS. You know what? We're not even going to get into that. But if y'all want a video about the real GSU, y'all just let me know, because I will let anybody know any day, anytime, any place, period. But Georgia Southern is a really good school. It's in Statesboro, Georgia, so that's about 3 hours from Atlanta. And really, the campus is really what makes Statesboro. So yeah, but they do have a lot of different things on campus for students to do and different stuff like that. So it's not like impossible to have fun or anything like that. And they offer great things. So definitely don't be afraid to check out Georgia Southern University. Let's move on to some affordable schools, because all the schools before this, except Albany, were relatively more pricier. And I'm not saying that you won't get your bang for your buck, but they are definitely not like the most affordable options that we have in Georgia. So some of my affordable schools that are really, they're affordable, but they're also a decent size, because we also have a category for small schools, but they're affordable but a decent size. And I would first like to say West Georgia. West Georgia is a great school. It's in Carrollton, Georgia, so that's about 50 minutes from Atlanta. And yeah, they have a great campus life. They have great programs for education wise, but they are really reasonable. And also their housing and things, super reasonable. And again, if you have a car or whatever, it's not impossible to make it to the city, because typically if you live in the city or you live outside of the city, which most people do, it's going to take you 25 to 30 minutes to get anywhere anyway. So just add another 20 minutes on that and you're in Carrollton. So try it. It's not the end of the world. And I know West Georgia people that come to Atlanta every weekend. So definitely don't sleep on West Georgia. Now, my next school would be Columbus State University. Columbus State is in Columbus, Georgia, which is an hour away from Atlanta. Again, not that bad of a drive, but it's not as common to hear Columbus State people come here than to hear West Georgia people come. So typically we think of like West Georgia people like are actually from like kind of here, but Columbus is like, and even though it's like a 10-minute time difference, it just, I don't know, it just changes everything. But Columbus State is not a bad school. It's a decent sized school. They have some great programs or whatever. I'm not that familiar with their campus life. I know they do have a lot of different organizations, and they do have a lot of Greek life things that happen at Columbus State. However, I know like their homecoming and stuff isn't as big as some of the other schools that I mentioned here, but they are a good school, and they're pretty affordable for the size of the school and for what they offer. Now, my next school that I have to mention is Valdosta. Valdosta is in Valdosta, Georgia, so Valdosta State University. Check out my Valdosta Dining Hall tour. I'll link it in the cards above. But great school. They have a great campus life. There's literally something for everybody on their campus. However, the Valdosta is, again, like Statesboro, really what's there is Valdosta. They also have an amusement park though. It's like a small version of Six Flags, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, like Valdosta is a pretty cool school. Like, you can get a pretty good education for half the price of some of these other schools. Like, you won't be in like $70,000 worth of debt going to Valdosta. I mean, you could be, I don't know, I didn't personally go there, but it's very unheard of. And my last school on my affordable list is Clayton State. Clayton State is in Morrow, Georgia, so it's about 30 minutes from Atlanta. Not bad at all. It's one of the smaller schools on this list of affordable schools. However, it is a really good school, and they have some decent programs or whatever. I hear that their like science programs are really good. And they have some decent, what do I call it? They also have some decent like campus life and stuff. Like, they don't have like full blown like all the other schools that I've named, but they do have something that like will keep you entertained and keep you involved while you're on campus. Also, I'll link my Clayton State homecoming video in the cards above for you to check out, because they have a really cool homecoming. They don't have a football team, they have a basketball team. So they do their homecoming in February. I actually went like 2 weeks ago and still had a great time. So definitely don't sleep on Clayton State. They know how to party, they know how to have a good time, but they also are a good school that you can get a good education for a reasonable price. Now, the last group on this list are my smaller schools. So again, now they're just like, how do I say, they just have less people. So they're not as expensive as like my big name schools and things like that. Some of them are private. However, they smaller class sizes, if that's something that you're looking for. If you're looking for just a small, cute little campus to get your education and stuff like that, then these are the schools that you want to check out. So on my small schools, the first one I want to start off with is Georgia Gwinnett College. So that's in Gwinnett County. And it's about 45 minutes away from the city, and they have a great cafeteria, and their dorms are super affordable. Next is Oglethorpe University, which is in Brookhaven. So that's like 20 minutes from the city, and you can get to and from the city on MARTA. So a lot of people forget about Oglethorpe, and I don't know why. It is a small school, like it's a really small campus. However, they have a lot, like they have great programs. They have clubs and stuff. So I don't know why people forget about Oglethorpe. I don't know. Look into it. And then my next school is Augusta State. So Augusta State is in Augusta, so it's about 2 hours away from Atlanta. But it's a really good school. Definitely on the smaller side. But they have a lot of fun. They have a lot of different things that they can offer and stuff. And it's typically easier to get into for my people that have not the best GPAs. Like, they might have slacked off their freshman and sophomore year of high school, and then they started picking it up. Like, by no means am I saying like it's an easy school, it's a low budget school. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying that Augusta State has been known to more work with their students to get them in. My next school is Berry College. I think it's in Mount Berry, Georgia. Not exactly sure, but Berry is definitely a smaller school that you don't hear much about. But I'm pretty sure you can get a great education at Berry, because Berry always tends to pop up and rank really high in different programs. My next school would be Dalton State College. That's in Dalton, Georgia, which is about an hour and a half away from the city or so. And Dalton is very affordable, but it is a smaller school. But I hear that the school life balance is very easy and attainable. Like, a lot of kids at Dalton will go and also have like part-time or full-time jobs and things like that. And Dalton makes it where it's affordable for them to go to school and do classes online and things like that. But those are the top schools in Georgia that you should apply for, 2020 edition. Let me know what else you want to see from me on this channel. I'm here for you. Got you. I promise. You can DM me on Instagram too if you want to get like personal outside of the comments and ask me some questions about my experience or my experiences with these schools or what I know about these other schools. My Instagram is at Erica Richey. Make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. Again, it really does help me. And make sure you subscribe so you can see what else I have coming for you on this channel, because we're only going up from here. 2020 is our year. Let's claim it, guys. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I do appreciate you. My name is Erica Richey, and I am saying bye.
Open up, you O.P.E.N. Hit you on BBM. We should be closer than friends.